Join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Schmidt, are you with us?
I am with you.
All right, great.
I am driving as I speak, so I will hold the speed limit down and behave.
All right, well, welcome everybody to our regular meeting agenda this Thursday, November 13th, 2025. First, we need to approve our agenda. Is there any public input on the agenda lineup itself from either the public or the commission? All right, if not, can I get a motion to approve our agenda?
Move to approve.
Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you. I've got a motion and a second. Will the clerk call the roll, please?
Commissioner Aaron's?
Yes.
Otten?
Yes.
Schmidt?
Yes.
Putnam?
Yeah.
Landine?
Yes, motion carries. Any public input on our consent agenda lineup, either from, the public or the commission? All right, if not, can I get a motion to approve our consent agenda?
Approve Otten.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. If there's no discussion, Alicia, will you call the roll?
Commissioner Aaron's?
Yes.
Otten?
Yes.
Schmidt?
Yes.
Putnam?
Yeah.
Landine?
Yes, motion carries. Next item on our agenda, we have a first reading for an ordinance of Lincoln County, South Dakota, amending the code of ordinances of the county by changing the zone of the property described as Lot 2 of Tract 3 of Huizinga Farms, second edition in the southwest quarter of Section 2, Township 99 North, Range 50 west of the 5th PM, Lincoln County, South Dakota, from the A1 Agricultural District to the PD Plan Development District, and amending the official zoning map of Lincoln County. Next item, we have another first reading. It's an ordinance of Lincoln County, South Dakota, amending the scope of ordinances of the county by changing the zone of the property described as the north 60 acres of the east half of the southeast quarter of Section 19, Township 99 North, Range 51 west of the 5th PM, Lincoln County, South Dakota, from the A1 Agricultural District to the PD Plan Development District, and amending the official zoning map of Lincoln County. And then third item on our agenda is the Lincoln County Food Drive update. Good morning, Ashley.
Hello. Good morning, Commissioners. I hope you're all doing well. My name is Ashley Anderson. I'm the HR technician in the HR department here at Lincoln County. I'm here to talk about our second food drive that we had through the month of October. First, I want to say thank you to everyone who participated in the food drive. In times of need, it's great to be able to help others and have a positive impact. We donated to 5 food pantries within Lincoln County: Beersford Faith in Action Food Pantry, Canton Lutheran Church, the Harrisburg Area Food Pantry, Lennox, The Exchange, and the T Area Cupboard.
Thank you.
We had 418 items donated this year, which included boxed items, canned goods, and personal hygiene products. Last year, we had 4 boxes donated, and this year we had 11 to 12 boxes overflowing with items, so more than doubling our donations from last year to this year. This year, we added a twist to the food drive, which was a friendly competition between floors. The top floor had the most donated items, winning a pizza party. The first floor came in second. These next couple of slides, I just want to recognize who donated the items and a little bit about the people at the food pantry. So from left, we have Jamie McCown, which is the congressional coordinator at the Canton Lutheran Church, Betty Otten, who's one of our commissioners, Shirley Temple, which is the food pantry director, and then Deputy Chris Castro and Sergeant Chris Coons. With the Exchange and Lennox, Betty there, and then we have Sergeant Chris Kuntz and Gail Strasser. Faith in Action, we have Deputy Chris Kuntz, Betty Otten, Shelley Skeven, Sergeant Chris Kuntz, Deputy Chris Castro, Sergeant Chris Kuntz, and then Joanne Latendash Dressy, and then Carla Bergen. IT area covered Betty Otten, Marlon Schmidt, Richard Holland, Sergeant Chris Kuntz, and Deputy Chris Castro. With the Harrisburg Area Food Pantry, there's Deputy Chris Castro and Sergeant Chris Kuntz. Again, I want to say thank you to our Sheriff's Office, specifically Sergeant Chris Kuntz and Deputy Chris Castro, along with Betty Otten for delivering the donated items to the food pantries, our Culture Committee for their help with the food drive, and all of our employees for their participation and hard work. The food pantries we donated to are all in need, and without your support, we wouldn't have been able to make the impact we've made and help many who are in need. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Otten, anything you want to say?
Yes, I want to say that a special thank you to Ashley, because she kind of was the driver of this, along with the committee that she did, but she did all of the calling and everything, and Sheriff Swenson for lending us 2 of his deputies, or 2 of his staff. And then I also want to encourage that any Lincoln County employee, either by him or herself or families, if they're hungry, please use the food banks and feed your families. We would appreciate that. And I think, Sergeant, I'm going to let you make an announcement.
Just wanted to thank everybody for the opportunity helping out. It's one way to serve the community. And then also, in the photos, I wasn't in the full uniform during that week, so Deputy Castro has actually finished up his field training. So on Tuesday, he graduated our field training program and will be working his first shift on his own tomorrow night. So congratulations, Deputy Castro.
Sheriff Swenson, I appreciate the opportunity to be here for this agency. Happy to do so.
Thank you.
Thank you, deputies. All right, any public input on that agenda item? All right, if not, we'll move on to item 4 on our agenda to consider a motion to adopt the Board of Commissioner Rules of Procedure. Good morning, Drew.
Good morning, Drew DeGroat from the State's Attorney's Office. Back before you again, after last meeting, Commissioner Otten had a chance to look through the rules of procedure, made some changes, mostly, some scrivener errors or maybe some personal preference changes. Again, these aren't my rules of procedure. I'm hoping that for feedback from the commissioners, for the sake of consistency, I think they're important to have, not only for the commission, for staff, but also for the general public. So that being said, this is the second time. I'd just take any questions if you have any questions on specific language. I guess I'll highlight some of the main facts or main inserts again. Just memorializing that the first and second meeting will be morning meetings. The third meeting on that 4th Tuesday would be at 6:30 p.m. unless there is a conflict. There is some, Commissioner Otten had put language in there that it would be conducted in the AM or after the joint meeting if agreed upon with the other political subdivision. I've already told Commissioner Otten this. I'd prefer that language not to be in there. It'd be nice just to have consistency, so it's not the will they, won't they afterwards. But I'll defer to the commission, obviously, on that, and the staff can make proper arrangements if that's what the commission wants to adopt. As far as the night meeting, I know there's some concerns that maybe taking away a night meeting just for, one instance, we were up in Sioux Falls this last time. This next time, if there's a joint meeting, it'll actually be in Lincoln County because we alternate locations. So it's not necessarily taking away that night meeting. It's just maybe changing it, the locations to Sioux Falls on that 4th Tuesday and or in the morning. So just wanted to make that clarification. Agenda preparation, this is for staff and also commission, that there's a deadline that just creates some consistency, so staff is fully informed on time on that Thursday. That's when the submissions are due. Then we can make sure all facts and vetting are properly put into the agenda items on that Friday or Thursday afternoon. Other than that, I guess I'd just like to field any questions from the commissioners.
Thank you, Drew. I guess I'm kind of in the same boat with you on that last portion in 4.2, section 5 regarding the conducting the meeting like one or the other. I think it would give more clarity to everybody if it was just going to be switched to the morning, or for instance, if it was here in Canton, we could probably just do it after our meeting because we're in control of
Right.
our room and having it live streamed and that sort of thing, so, I'm not
And that's where you'd want to keep the or in there, I guess.
Right.
Because in Sioux Falls, we don't control that. They cut off the cameras, they cut off the mics. So it wasn't really conducive to hold a meeting. Whereas here, like you said, we could control it. So if that's your prerogative and want to keep that language in there, that's fine by me.
Well, the other thing that happened is I had at least 2 or 3 requests to add stuff to that agenda, and with it being in Sioux Falls and with security and what they're paying there, and then not having the live stream or the recording capability, I would have liked to have said yes to those people, but then those things got pushed because of that. So to me, it makes sense to have those meetings in the morning. But if they're here, I don't see a problem with doing them after
No,
the
so-
joint meeting.
Yeah, we could keep that in the or.
And I don't mind, leaving the or just in case we need that. But maybe we could just put it in there that, if it was only one thing, that we could do it, like if it was like we did at Sioux Falls last time. But otherwise, our regular meeting, if it's a conflict, would be in the morning.
Right, because we've got to approve claims at that last meeting.
Right.
So people get their paychecks. Any other thoughts?
Now, the Sioux Falls meeting, that was just, that's not gonna happen too often.
It doesn't, it maybe once a year it happens. And then, like I said, this next time it'll be down in Lincoln
So
County.
it's pretty insignificant.
I'm guessing it might happen a little more once that 85th interchange goes in, but
Yeah, that's true.
it might happen a lot more.
Yeah,
But right now, historically, no, it's only been 1 or 2 times a year.
correct.
My view on this is, I think it's important to have the night meetings, especially conjoined with hearings for the public. It's very difficult for the public to get off work, come to 8:30 meetings in the morning. I think we have found the right balance with holding a couple morning meetings on the first and the second, and then the evening at 6:30. But I don't want the camel's nose getting under the tent with regard to changing night meetings to the morning when it conflicts with another municipality. Because Lincoln County government, first and foremost, is for the people of Lincoln County. And so, while it is important to have those joint meetings with the city of Sioux Falls, the need for a joint meeting should not override the need for us to provide access at night for people. So,
And I will point
Yeah.
out, so for just the public hearings, that's why there was another provision put in there that public hearings will be held at night meetings. So if there is a conflict and it's moved to the morning, the public hearing would be pushed off to the next month.
yeah, and I think we need to clear that up.
Okay.
I think it is pretty clear in subsection 6 of that. It says that all required public hearings will be held during an evening meeting. So I do think this gives us the flexibility that we need right now. So I will be supporting it. Other discussion, questions for Drew?
Yeah, I
If-
think it's pretty imperative to keep that evening, regardless.
All right.
And in an alternative, we could always look to another day that week if it doesn't need to be a morning meeting. It could be, like we're holding on a Thursday now. If there's a conflict, then it's a Thursday night meeting. So open to ideas. Again, these are your rules of procedure and welcome public comment, obviously, as well, so.
Yeah, maybe after that word subdivision, if we put or as otherwise agreed, because then that would give us the flexibility to choose a different night meeting.
Yeah, yep, we could do it that way, yep, or otherwise agreed upon, we could change it to a Thursday night then in that case. It helped for public hearings too, because I know some people don't want to wait another month when they have their public hearing, so it may be beneficial if the commission agrees upon and on having it on a Thursday night meeting instead of that AM meeting, we can do that as well.
Yeah, that was another concern of mine, is that these folks that have done their homework and had their item vetted and stuff, that they have to wait a whole extra month.
Yeah, I can
To
change
have
that
their
language to
hearing.
otherwise agreed upon. Otherwise, I'll open.
Commissioners, any other changes, thoughts?
No, I like that idea.
Okay. Anything, Commissioner Putnam?
No, just keep it at night. That's all I care. At least
Commissioner,
one.
Commissioner Schmidt?
Tiffany, I support that change that you requested.
Okay.
I can support that.
All right, I will take some public input, and then I'll be asking for motions to that effect.
Linda Montgomery, Fairview, South Dakota. Speaking for myself and others regarding night meetings, doesn't work. I really want to talk about the regular agenda and the regular meetings. It, to me, makes no sense that if there's always going to be the chance of a conflict on the fourth meeting or the first week of the month, that the evening meeting be changed to either the first or second Monday. That's a simple change. And, last month, I hope you all agree that that was a fail. That you had people go to Sioux Falls for a Lincoln County meeting, commissioner meeting, and there was only one item on the agenda, and it was a consent agenda item for claims. And then the next Tuesday, you had 14 items on the consent agenda. To me, I see that as you, Madam Chair, said, that there's going to be a chance for more evening joint meetings on the 4th. I think Lincoln County is more important than, I know it's, joint meetings are important, I get that, but not at the expense of your citizens here in Lincoln County. There also is number 8 on that. The Board of Commissioners hold the meetings in this room, and if there's another suitable location in Lincoln County. But also on this regular agenda meeting, I was rather disappointed last week. Regular agenda items have the right to have public comment, and it was tabled before public comment. And you tabled it for the very reason of grammar, basically. And and I don't realize, you people don't realize how important those evening meetings have come to the people of Lincoln County who really want to be here. And they can't because of jobs. And so this evening meeting is very important. Also on these regular meetings and regular agenda items, I think that it should state that the public has a right to speak. And I believe that that time limit for regular agenda items should be 5 minutes. Other counties do it, and I see no reason in Lincoln County that we can't do it. You got a whole half hour to public comment. Sometimes there's sometimes 2, sometimes 5, sometimes 7 in your day meetings. And I just think that more thought needs to go into these rules. There was, I don't like switching evening to days. I think your priority should be to always have an accessible evening meetings in this room on a consistent Tuesday. Thank you.
Linda. Any other public comment?
Doug McKinney, Canton. Since September 1st, I've been keeping attendance, how many visitors we have during the day meetings and night meetings, how many commissioners have shown up. At the Thursday, September 11th meeting, there was 2 commissioners gone. We have 1 gone today. The first meeting, 1 left for a funeral. We didn't go to the night meeting in Sioux Falls. We tried to watch it, but we couldn't watch it. And so the attendance for the commissioners have been 100% at night meetings, but not during the day meetings. And during the night meetings, we have just as many people at one night meeting as we do at the day meetings, for 2 day meetings. Thank you.
Thank you. Other public input this morning? All right, if not, commissioners, can I get a motion that would incorporate any change you want?
Can I just add something, I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just to address Linda's point, that's exactly why these rules of procedure have been brought forward after that meeting, because it was frustrating for staff a little bit too. And so that's exactly why we brought these. We thought it was appropriate time. And would point out, and Sherry pointed out to me that delaying the pay meeting to a Thursday could delay payments as well. So that's also a conflict. So I obviously, we're not policymakers here. It's up to the board, but just wanted that for your consideration.
Thank you. All right, I would consider a motion.
I would make a motion to adopt this with your addition before public speaking.
All right, is there a second?
I'll second that, Madam Chair.
All right, any discussion? If not, Alicia, will you call the roll?
Could you please do the changes?
It was after, in section 4.2, subsection 5, after the word subdivision, put or as otherwise agreed upon.
Cool.
So
Thank you.
it's just adding a couple words in there.
Thanks.
At least that's my understanding of what we're doing. Does that change your motion, Betty? No, okay, and Commissioner Schmidt, does that clarify?
Yes.
And do you want to change
It's
anything about
clarified.
your second? All right.
Yes, the second still stands.
All right, thank you. Well, with that then, Alicia, will you call the roll?
Thank you. Commissioner Aaron's?
Nope.
Otten?
Yes.
Schmidt?
Yes.
Putnam?
No.
Landine?
Yes, motion carries. Next, we have our opportunity for public comment for items not on our agenda. Anyone wishing to come forward now would be the time to do so. All right, if there is no public comment, then we can do commissioner reports. Anybody?
Madam Chair,
Yep, go ahead.
thank you. So on November 21st at 9 a.m., there will be a telephonic hearing held by the State Department of Transportation on a possible rule change for speed limit on Highway 115, which is Minnesota. The school, and I think the school is the applicant or the petitioner who made some proposed changes. For anybody who's concerned about traffic safety there, I certainly encourage you, if you're interested, to attend that meeting. I had the opportunity to visit with Travis Dressen, who is our state DOT regional engineer for this area. Travis has been very, very collaborative and open, and he gave me a presentation on the speed study that was done for that stretch of road. Some of that was initiated because there were, I think, a minimum of 7 rear-end accidents there when the school year started. And Travis will be giving a presentation on that study during the rules hearing. I think what the state DOT found out, obviously I'll let them clarify, but I did have the meeting, and what the DOT found out is that most of the collisions, or all of the collisions, excuse me, were probably a result of the timing of the stoplights at Tiger Way and then at the four-way stop at Willow and 115. The DOT has since changed that. They've changed the timing on the stoplights. To the best of my knowledge, and I'm looking at Sheriff Swenson here, I don't think there's been any accidents since then, or if there has been, they're not really a result of the timing. I think everybody is concerned about the safety of their kids, especially when they're going to school and driving on the road. But sometimes the fix is not necessarily always what our knee-jerk reaction is. In this instance, it would be to slow the speed limit down from 55 to 45, all the way from 85th Street to Willow. And so that's, and I appreciate the petitioners who made that, but in speaking with Mr. Gressen from the DOT, they suggested that they have some concern about that, and that may actually cause some unintended consequences. So I just invite everyone, commissioners as well as the public, to attend that hearing, and I think there'll be some good information put out, and it certainly changed my view on it after listening to the data and the studies from the DOT, and I hope the broader public gets an opportunity as well to listen to what the traffic safety experts have to say. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Where is that taking place?
It's going to be held telephonically. I think the commission itself meets in Pierre to do these rule changes. They're considering a rule change for Lincoln County on that day, but they're also considering rule changes for other counties around the state. DOT, when I contacted them to be put on the agenda and everything, they were very responsive and very helpful. So it is going to be telephonic. And you can look on the state DOT website for the login information and all of that.
All right, thank you for that. Other commissioner reports today?
Madam Chair?
Yep, go ahead.
Wendy Sweeter had a 4-H recognition event out there this past Sunday. It was at 4 o'clock. I have to give kudos to John Rombo and his crew for setting that building up. She thought it was, it was packed with tables and chairs. And that was the day after the first snow, and the roads were a nightmare. 65 going down that road, people were, and like I was, doing less than 30 miles an hour just because of the snowpack and the drifting over there. And so we were concerned that nobody was coming. Well, they ended up putting chairs again in the back and then all the way around. So they had a fabulous turnout there. And she had Lynette Vargas, the Lincoln County 4-H Leaders Association president, there to help her with all the recognitions. And she did an absolutely fabulous job. And I also have to give John Rombo and his crew credit because since they moved into that building, you know how, many of you know how cramped her office was, and there was really basically no storage in there. Well, John and his crew they did it themselves, and they created a huge storage room for them to use, and so I really appreciate them doing that. And so they did it in-house, and so they didn't have that kind of a cost for it. So I give all of them credit for that. And may I address the commissioner's absence? If like Jim Schmidt is on the teleconference now, he's not considered absent. I just wanted to bring that forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Putnam, any report you'd like to make today?
Nope.
All right, and I do not have one either. So Drew, is there
Madam
any?
Chair?
Oh, yep, go ahead, Commissioner, I forgot you were there.
Madam Chair, I just want to echo what Betty said. We do deserve a great shout out to John and his crew. As you know, David is unable to operate that equipment to clear the runway for the airport. And through collaboration that David and John and myself have made, they were able to get all of the snow off of there and get that runway cleaned up on a timely fashion, and it was open for business. So hats off to John and his crew for going the extra mile. In addition, we've also talked about, until David gets back right after the first of the year, when he gets cleared by his doctors, that he's able to operate the snow removal equipment. And like I said, it will be for the month of December. So we're shooting for right at 2026. But until that time, John, provisions have been made for John and his crew to cover that right now. So if we have a lot of snow, we got it covered, and let's hope that we wait until the first of the year to get any of this hard white precipitation. Anyway, we got King covered, and John, I say hats off to him for his extra effort.
Well, thank you, Commissioner. Julie, do we need an executive session? No executive session. Can I get a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Got a motion? Is there a second?
Second, Otten.
Motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed, same sign. All right, we're adjourned. Thanks, everybody.